Dear students, in today's session we will cover the topics which are related to overtaking sight distance. Keep one thing in your mind that this is the most important topic as far as the theory and analytical parts both are concerned. I will explain the concept of overtaking sight distance, which is also known as OSD, the understanding of overtaking sight distance, and the definition of overtaking sight distance. Stay attentive and don't ever try to get distracted by any of the means, because this is one of the most important sessions of highway geometric design segment of our transportation engineering segment. While traveling through the roads, you might have observed and viewed this kind of signature and signs and posts that no overtaking or overtaking is prohibited or do not overtake on this road. So basically, what does it mean by overtaking? I will try to explain the concept of overtaking. What is the importance of overtaking sight distance while designing the highway or the road? So stay attentive. Let us start the session. We all know that for fast moving vehicles on highways, overtaking should be given at frequent intervals. It is desirable to construct the highway in such a way that sufficient length of the road is visible to the driver for safe overtaking. Means while you are traveling on the road, it is desirable to you as a driver that you are enabled to view the further distance through which you can overtake the vehicle which is going in forward direction to you. The overtaking sight distance is the distance which is measured along the center of the road, which a driver with his eye level above 1.2 meter from the road surface can see the top of the object 1.2 meter above the road surface. Don't get confused if you have not understood the concept. I will try to explain the concept with a very basic phenomenon. Just try to correlate with the concept. Let us learn about the overtaking sight distance. Let us assume that this is one kind of road. This is single lane road with two-way traffic. Let us assume that this is the vehicle A, this is the vehicle B, and this is the vehicle C. The A and B are going in this direction, and the vehicle C is coming from this direction. Now, the driver of vehicle A observe that the driver of vehicle B is driving the vehicle very slowly. So here let us take, this is the second vehicle, this is the first vehicle, and this is the third vehicle. And this is the single lane two-way traffic. As we can see that there is a two-way traffic and this is a single lane road. Now the driver of vehicle A want to overtake the vehicle B. So the A will be called as overtaking vehicle because it will try to overtake the vehicle B. Now the speed of the vehicle B is quite slower than A. So the vehicle B will be called as overtaken vehicle, whose overtaken will be done by vehicle A. And this vehicle C, which is coming from the opposite side, is called as upcoming opposite vehicle. So let me repeat this concept once again. What I have narrated till now, that there are three vehicles which are traveling on this road. Vehicle A and B are traveling in this direction. Vehicle C is traveling in this direction. The speed of B is lesser than speed of A. So A will try to overtake B. The A vehicle will overtake. That's why it will call as overtaking vehicle. The vehicle B, whose speed is slow, will be called as overtaken vehicle. And the vehicle which is coming from the opposite side will be known as upcoming opposite vehicle. Now we are going to learn the concept that how the A can overtake B and what are the various criteria that needs to be considered. So what are the factors affecting the OSB? First is the speed of both overtaking and overtaken vehicle with the opposite vehicle. Now the distance between the overtaking and overtaken vehicle. Now the skill and reaction of the driver, the gradient of the road. If this kind of gradient is there, this is A, this is B, then the A will have to put more time, more efforts and more power in order to overtake this vehicle. So gradient of the road, and last is the rate of acceleration of overtaking vehicle, which is A. Let me repeat it once again, that this is the basic scenario. What is the scenario? A and B are going in this direction, C is going in this direction, B is slow moving vehicle, A wants to overtake B, so A will be called as overtaking vehicle, B will be called as overtaken vehicle, whose overtaken will be done by A, and C vehicle will be called as upcoming opposite vehicle. These are the various factors affecting overtaking side distance. Now let us try to understand the concept thoroughly. So this was the basic scenario which I have explained in the previous slide, that A and B are moving in this direction, and C is moving in this direction, and the A wants to overtake B. Now what needs to be done? Now what happens? Let us learn. As we have learned the thing that the vehicle B is slow moving vehicle, so the driver of vehicle A will think to overtake vehicle B. The A will think to overtake vehicle B. But as we all know that both the vehicles are traveling, until the driver of A vehicle thinks to overtake B, the A vehicle will be reached to this particular distance. The A try to overtake B, he thinks to try to overtake B, but the seconds that he will spend in the thinking of overtaking B, the vehicle will get travel from this point to this point. Now what happens? If the vehicle A do not overtake B, then there will be the collision or accident between A and B. So this distance between A1 and B is called as S. This S means spacing of vehicles. Now the A overtakes B. The A will overtake B and it will reach to this point. But B is also in slower motion. So it will also cover some amount of distance and it will reach to the point B1. So the time that is taken by A1 to reach to A3, until then the B will reach to this place. Now the distance between B and B1 is called as small b. This B is called as distance traveled by slow moving vehicle. Now we will take the distance between B1 and A3 as same as the A1 and B, which is S. We are assuming the same distance over here, so this will be S, which is spacing of vehicle. Now by this time the vehicle C will also travel some distance, and let us assume that it reaches to this point, which is C1. Now the distance from A to A1, this A to A1 is called as D1, and this D1 means distance between A and A1, which can also be explained as the distance traveled by a fast moving vehicle A during reaction time small t. Now the distance between A1 and A3 is called as D2. This D2 means the distance between A1 and A3, which means the distance traveled by a fast moving vehicle A during overtaking time capital T. And the distance traveled between C to C1 is called as D3, which is called as the distance traveled by vehicle coming from opposite direction in time t. So this was the basic phenomenon of overtaking side distance. Let me explain this concept thoroughly once again, that what actually happens over here. This is the two-way road, single lane road, on which A and B are moving in this direction and C is moving in this direction. The A is having higher speed than B, B is having slower speed, so A will think to overtake B, but as both are traveling, both are moving, by the time the driver of A think to overtake B, it will cover the distance of A1. Now at this point, if the vehicle A do not overtake B, what will happen? That there will be accident between A and B. So this distance is called as S, which is pacing of vehicle. Now, after this phenomenon, the A1 will overtake B and it will reach to this point A3. And by the time A1 reaches to A1 to A3, B will also get travel to B1. And the distance between B and B1 will be B. And the B means distance traveled by slow moving vehicle. The C will also get travel from C to C1. Now the distance between A and A1 is called as D1. D1 means distance between A and A1. Now D2 is between distance between A1 and A3, which is also called as distance traveled by a fast moving vehicle during overtaking time T. And D3 is the distance between C to C1, which is the distance traveled by vehicle coming from opposite direction. So this is what amount of distance should be available to the vehicle in order to overtake. Otherwise what happen? It will have the collision with either B1 or C1. So this phenomenon is called as overtaking side distance. And overtaking side distance is the summation of all this D1, D2 and D3. The definition of overtaking side distance is that the minimum distance upon to the vision of the driver of a vehicle who intend to overtake slow moving vehicle ahead with safety against the type of opposite direction is known as minimum overtaking side distance. Means the minimum distance which is available to A to overtake B, which do not consider the accident, do not cause the accident with C. This minimum distance through which the A can overtake B safely is called as minimum overtaking side distance. So this was the basic concept of overtaking side distance. We will consider and we will try to learn the analysis of OSD in our next session. Please go through this lecture once again. Try to prepare your own notes. Thank you so much.